Alright, welcome back. We're going to finish up some of our screen effects here, and I'm going to kind of put together a couple of things that we learned throughout this entire unit to kind of go over another cutscene. So I have another house here. It's called House 1. It's in our normal town. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put my character here, and I'm not going to use my actual character. And what I mean by that is I'm not going to right click and set their starting position. We haven't really gotten into player transparency. I'm going to use it later on and show you how to do that. But first and foremost, I'm going to click here. I'm going to go make myself just standing here. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this an auto run sequence. I am going to make the screen fade out just so we're sure that the screen has completely faded out. It's going to do that. I am going to change transparency to on, and that basically is going to make my character invisible. It's not going to make my image invisible, it's going to make my party, all the characters that walk, they're going to be invisible, and I'll tell you why. It's going to wait 60 seconds. I am then going to play some background music. I'm going to play, let's see, is this the one I want? Alright, so we're going to play that. I'm going to wait again for another second. I am going to fade in the screen. So just so you can see, so when you walk in right here, you can see the map. We have a pretty good view. I might want to scroll up 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 spots so we can see this character. So before we fade in, remember, if you want to go above something, just double click on what you want to go above. And so we learned how to scroll the map, and I want to go up about 5 spots. Doesn't matter how fast you do it, it's going to fade the screen in. And then what's going to happen, our intro cutscene is going to, or not our intro cut, just a cutscene. And so our character is going to talk. I wonder where everyone is. Top preview. And then I want to kind of have him move around a little bit. But what I want to do, we want to make this like a dramatic, kind of weird scene. So I want him to move left, move left, move left. Okay. Apply. So he's going to be 1, 2, 3. So he's going to be there. And then I want to fade out the screen again. This time I'm going to wait like 3 seconds. I'm going to have him walk again down. Let's go down 4. Can we do that? Yes, we can. I'm going to fade the screen back in. I'm going to wait another 2 seconds. I'm going to say something. I hope they're all okay. So now I'm here, so I can go to the right. I'm going to add another wait. Let's do another 2 seconds. Let's have him start walking. Set movement route. Go a couple right. Same thing again. I'm going to fade out the screen. I'm gonna wait. Let's go 2 seconds. I'm gonna have him move up. I'm gonna put skip if cannot move because I'm not confident I know where he's at right now. I think he goes here, 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 so he might have room. And so fade in screen, fade out screen. So we want to fade back in. And now here's another one that we have not done yet, and that's going to be tint screen. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have him say something. It looks like it is getting dark. I'm going to throw in a wait. 1 second. And then here's where we tint it. And this is where you can figure out what color you want to make it. And so basically I want to, if you want, just make it dark, just click it and you can kind of have a rough idea. It's going to be night, it'll look bluer. I'm going to make it dark. You can make it sepia if you want. You can make a sunset. Let's go dark. This is how long it's going to take to get completely dark, not how long it's going to stay like that. So maybe I want it to go 2 seconds, wait for completion, and then show text again. I should probably go to bed. Top. And so then what I'm going to do is I am going to fade out the screen again. I am then going to set event location, this event, so I'm moving this event. I am going to move him to the bed. So either way, no matter where you put him, it's going to look kind of funky. I'm just going to put him there. Okay. Direction. Sure, let's go up. That way it'll look like he's at least sleeping on his stomach. Let's wait a second. Let's fade in the screen. Let's wait. And then here's something that I have not yet gone over. Your characters in RPG Maker MV have balloon icons. So it's pretty cool. So you get to pick a balloon icon over this event, which is what we want, or player, which is currently the person you've made transparent or invisible. So that's not the one you want. You want to go this event, and we want to go sleep. So we have ZZZ here. Boom. So if you go look real quick, since we want to have this go until he wakes up, I'm going to click wait for completion. But just for future reference, these can be used if two characters are talking to each other. You can use these. It's like a question mark or exclamation. You'll see it's basically like a thought bubble coming from them. It just kind of adds a little bit to the conversation. Now I'm going to tint the screen again. We're going to make the let's see, let's go back to normal. Let's go over 3 seconds, wait for completion, and then let's do this. The sun is back up. Okay, and then eventually what you would do is after all this happens, you would transfer your player. So if you want to get to a point where you can move again yourself, I'm going to transfer my player here. He's still invisible. Everyone's still invisible. The direction I want them to face is down. I am going to fade out the screen. I am going to change the transparency to off. Now he's going to appear. I am then going to control self switch A. I'm going to go new event page. I'm going to go auto run again. Okay, that's important. My event itself now disappeared because the image is gone. Self switch A is on. Apply. And so right now you can see all that. I'm not going to leave it on auto run, so I'm just going to randomly put in another self switch to get it to the next page. I'm going to leave it at B for now. Okay. So fade out screen, change transparency, makes our guy invisible, wait, play the music. Okay. So the music's still playing, by the way, this whole time, because it's kind of creepy. And so in this one, the reason I'm leaving it to auto run and doing it to the next one is right above this, I am going to stop the music. So fade out background music over 5 seconds. That's going to happen. And then it's going to control the self switch to this one, which then nothing happens. Okay, so we've got a lot. You can see there's a lot happening in this one. And it's basically because you're taking this event, you're turning it into an intro cutscene. So let's create a transfer into this house and out of this house. So in normal town, let's make it this house right here. Alright, that's fine. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we did everything right. So this might be just another cutscene in the game that kind of plays like a movie. So it cuts it, it moves us up. So we might have needed to move up a smidge more because you're not going to be able to see the bed. So that's why we playtest. So let's go back to this. And when we scroll the map, let's just go up that much. Okay, because we got here, but we needed to go a few more. Take 2. So it's going to fade out, it's going to move us up. Perfect. It did not like that command. Alright, so we're going to wait. It moved up, it fades in, it said that. And so I don't think, oh, that's why. It moved the player, but we wanted to move this event. So the player was moving, not us. This event. Alright, this event. And the reason it stopped is because our player was in the door. And so had I checked this, it still would have ran. Could have swore we checked this event and not player, but we missed all of them. So make sure we did the right thing. This event, because remember the player is invisible, it's not the player. Okay. Alright, take 3. There we go. He's walking, kind of fades out. Fades in, he's moved. Same thing, now he's walking. That fades out again. See how dramatic? Looks like it's getting dark. And that's your screen tint. Probably should go to bed. Boom, he's in bed, he's laying there. There's the thought bubbles. Sun comes back up. The sun comes back up. Fades out. Now we switch over the second event page, makes the event invisible. It's transferring my player back up. It's changing the transparency. It's doing a lot right now. Except fading the screen back in. But all in all, that was pretty good. So you could see he's walking around, he's talking. We faded out, we faded out. We self-switched. Did we ever fade back in? No, we did not. Alrighty then. Helps if you fade the screen back in. Here we go. And don't be discouraged if one or two things like that keeps popping up. It happens more often than not. Alright, let's see if we can't speed through this. And there we are. And the background music's fading away and everything else is fading away. Now it's gonna go through this again. I don't know why whoever made this map did a terrible job. This was an auto-load map. I need to fix the space right here in order to get out, not just to get out of this house, but if I walk back over this, it's gonna do the exact same thing because it's on player touch. And so what you're going to want to do is throw a self switch in, obviously, and then just move it over to the second page. So self switch A, new, self switch A, apply, boom, done. And then you can walk back over it. It's really shocking that a map that came with the game would be flawed. So there's that. So there you go. And so that, I mean, in this one event, you just incorporated the tint screen, the dim screen. We could have also done a flash if we wanted to. You can use those maybe if you think like someone's taking pictures, or you can use them for lightning. We did the scroll map, which we also learned. We added music. We added movement routes. We added the weight. We added text. There's just so much in this one event, and you can see it's pretty long. And this is really ultimately, in the grand scheme of events, not a long list of contents. But you can see it probably took 20 minutes to sit here and plan and do, and it added a whole nother scene to your game. So you're probably going to want 5 or 10 of these in your entire game. I would say at least one per hour to keep the story going, and use them to explain the story to your gamers, and use them to progress the story or add twists or anything like that.